sometimes I do find myself resisting doing things. And it's not even just watching a TV show or taking someone's recommendation, but sometimes that resistance will kind of catch me off guard.
All aspects of our life, right? We're consuming, whether it's for our health, right? And eating food, or if it's like us consuming like the books that we read and the shows we watch, right? Are we doing it for entertainment? Are we doing it for learning, just to unwind, right? So that consuming is something that I'm like, oh, if I like this, it's going to be another thing. And it's going to be another thing that... Welcome back to In Residence. I'm Keith.
And I'm Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, Keith.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. What are we talking about?
Okay. So I thought we could talk about Twin Peaks today.
Okay.
Okay. So hear me out a little bit. I don't mean I want to talk about Twin Peaks as far as the plot line and all those things. What I want to talk about is you and I have been watching it, and you have been trying to get me to watch it for quite a while. And I was pretty resistant to watching, kind of reluctant. I don't even know if I know why. Well, I kind of do know why. I knew it was kind of a horror murder mystery, would you say, type show?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a murder mystery. And I was worried about watching it and that it would be too scary and it would give me nightmares. Or I was also worried that maybe it was too deep and convoluted that I might not follow it.
Yeah.
I was worried I might not understand it.
Yeah.
I thought, sometimes I do find myself resisting doing things. And it's not even just watching a TV show or taking someone's recommendation, but sometimes that resistance will kind of catch me off guard. Do you ever have that where resistance just catches you off guard, where you are thinking, gosh, why am I resisting this recommendation or not wanting to check it out?
Well, it's catching me off guard more now. I mean, we've said a billion times that my first reaction to a lot of things is no. I'm a hesitant, resistant person to change. And when it comes to shows, when you'll bring something up and I'll be like, I don't really feel like that. And you'll be like, give it a chance. And I'm like, I don't know. So like, I find myself not giving it a chance. And I think it gets into like probably all the kinds of psychology of like why people don't like change, or like the opportunity cost of if I say yes and if I like it or not, did I waste my time and stuff like that. But like we've talked about with books before, like, life's too short to like waste it reading like 400-page books that aren't resonating with you.
Right.
And we kind of both came to that conclusion of like, oh, like, depending on the length of the book, give it 50 pages or so. And if it's not for you, just find a different one, right?
Yeah.
Like realizing like we can do that with shows or a movie. Like it's been a while since I've stopped a movie, but like I've gone a couple like episodes into a show or we both have together and we haven't gone back to, not that we won't necessarily, but I have realized that there are some things where I've given it a chance and it's worked out pretty great.
Yeah.
Like Twin Peaks for me. And then
and I'm really enjoying it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really, really liking it.
But I guess what I'm getting at is that I'm trying to be the kind of person that, I don't want to be the saying no all the time. And I want to go to like, well, yeah, whatever. Like, it's like when you go to a movie, it's like you always want it to be good. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like, what are you out $15 if it wasn't that great kind of thing, So I think where it gets trickier, and this might be moving us along too fast, like you maybe not wanting to watch it with our dynamic of our relationship, something there is like, well, what if I don't like it? What am I going to say to him?
Right.
And
I disappoint you.
Yeah. Or like, like me with some of your shows, that's kind of how I show up. I'm like, "Ah, I'm not going to like it. And I'm like, you're like, well, you don't know. Like, just give it a chance. And I'm like, doesn't look like a show I would like. And, but what I've learned over the course of a while is like, you have pretty good taste.
Yeah,
And
you do too.
like some things might not be exactly for me. And might go watch like some dad TV instead of what you're watching.
Hmm.
And that's okay. But more often than not, I find myself being invested in a show, like that kind of that little meme you see of like, the husband's like pretending he doesn't want to watch like the whatever Bravo show with his wife. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, can you believe so-and-so did this or that? Like that happens to us, right?
Oh,
And I
yeah,
mean, I think that's
definitely
kind of
does.
what's happening with Twin Peaks, except
Yep.
for I have to keep saying like, oh, that's that character and that's that character. Because there's
Yeah,
so
I'm like,
many,
who is that?
there's a
And
lot of
who is that
characters
again?
to get your head around in the first.
Yeah.
Because I think we're only a couple episodes in.
Another show, I didn't, but when you were saying that, that's something that you like, that you kept trying to tee up to me, and I was also resistant or reluctant, was Barry.
Oh, yeah.
And then I loved that journey, but no, I was really resistant.
Yeah. Well, and like that one too, that one's got some horror, gore, like
Right,
action, violence, I guess is maybe better. But I don't even like that stuff very much.
right.
So when it comes to that, I'm like, this is good enough. Everything else is good enough where I'll close my eyes during that part, or
Yep,
like I'll look away.
yep.
And I think you handle that stuff better than me a lot of the times,
Hmm.
especially if it's like a TV show. And same thing with like Twin
Yeah.
Peaks is like from the 90s. Like I think the pilot was
Can't
recorded
believe
in
it's the
89.
90s.
Yeah.
Looks older.
Yeah, you thought it was older. I'm like, yeah, but everything's like that. When you look back, everything looks like it's from like the decade before, if not more. But
Yeah.
there's been I'm trying to think of like I think you got me into watching The Good Place, maybe,
Hmm.
and
Good
probably
Place was another.
Parks and Rec.
Oh, Parks and Rec. That's really, I love
Like
Parks
we
and Rec.
watched The Office together.
We did. Yeah.
But I don't think I would have watched those other shows, and I think we were kind of a little late to the party on both of Parks and Rec and
And The
The
Good
Good
Place.
Place, but we caught up pretty fast. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was thinking about this for today, about that initial reluctance, sometimes I feel like it's a little bit that tension between what I expect it to be and what it is in reality. Right. Even another good example, and I didn't mean to bring up lots of different shows, but Games of Thrones. Games of
Game of
Game
Thrones.
of Thrones.
Yeah.
Sorry, S on the Thrones, not on the G, on the games. Game of Thrones. That was another one I was really reluctant to go to because I thought all it was going to be was blood everywhere all the time. And there was a lot.
There was, yeah.
I will say there was a lot, and there's lots of jump scares and lots of things where I was like, whoa, I can't believe that just happened, or that's really cringy.
Things continually not going well. Yes.
Yes, I think that's a good way to say it. But at the end of the day, the reality was the story throughout was really well done, right? Same thing with Barry. The story throughout was really well done. And I feel like with Twin Peaks, the story, it is just a nice woven. I'm on the edge of my seat. We're in season 1.
Well, yeah, we're early. We're
And I
early,
keep
everybody,
saying,
if you've watched it.
Is
So
that person the killer?
no,
Did that person?
no
He's like, I'm
spoilers
not
for
telling
Laura.
you. No spoilers for me, please. Yeah, it's kind of like really old spoiler alert.
Kind of hard to watch it with you, and you keep saying, "What about this? What about this?" I'm like, I'm not saying anything.
Oh,
I'm like, that's an interesting theory.
don't like Leo right now. Leo seems like a really bad dude.
Yeah,
But
that one I'm not afraid to say. Yeah, he's a bad dude.
he's a bad dude. Okay. I mean, you can kind of just tell. And so there is that. I think it's that where sometimes I overemphasize what I expect it to be versus what it actually is. And I see more positive things in that reality once I experience it or try it.
I mean, for me, I think I'm more worried about. Part of my brain tells me I'm worried about not liking it,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I might have said this before. I'm like, oh, if I like this, it's going to be another thing, and it's going to be another thing that, like, it's going to take up my time because it's so much easier to watch a show than to do the thing or work on the thing that I said I wanted to be doing.
Yeah.
So you get that kind of dopamine hit.
Yeah.
And I that kind of gets into all aspects of our life, right? We're consuming, whether it's for our health, right, and eating food,
Mm-hmm.
or if it's like us consuming like the books that we read and the
Yeah.
shows we watch, right? Or are we doing it for entertainment? Are we doing it for learning? Just to unwind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that consuming is something that maybe I overindulge in sometimes, and I want to be the person that has more of a balance between that and creativity
Okay.
or creating something. So because and we've talked about this in different ways, but like I don't know about this one in particular has been coming back to me as I journal is okay, these are all the things I've been listening to and been watching, and a lot of it is for
Mm-hmm.
information. And then we'll get something like Twin Peaks where it's like, this is fun. Like
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Laura to have fun watching this once she realizes that it's fun. But then it's like, okay, what am I not doing with my time because of that? And that's important. Like that's something that we connect with also. So that's the another part of it is that we're taking in this thing, and it is a way for us to connect and spend time together.
Right.
But then like say it's a show like that you don't like, or you're watching, you have lots of shows that I don't want to watch,
Right.
like on Netflix or whatever.
That's true.
And that's great because then we don't cheat on each other.
Yeah.
Right?
We were talking about that. We have our shows that we can't like cheat on each other
I
and
can't
get
watch
ahead.
Shrinking without you.
No, you can't watch Shrinking
Right.
without me.
Or like when Severance comes back, right? Like
right. No way. We got to watch that together.
Exactly.
Or like Stranger Things. That was something we couldn't watch separately. We had to watch that together.
Yeah. And so when it comes to like a different show where that's my show and I can watch whenever I want, I'll find myself kind of doom scrolling in a way, right? But it's with a show,
Right.
And it's like, oh, remember all those goals and ambitions that we talked about, and that I said I wanted to be the kind of person that goes for a walk, and I wanted to be the kind of person that does this and this and this. And it's just like I just watched 3 episodes of a show, which is 55 minutes long, and it's on a platform where there's no commercials. So it really was almost 3 hours, And I'm like, ooh. So I guess that's kind of how I am, is like the self-critical thing came up of like, okay, am I indulging too much? Or is it, yes, and I can do that, but I can also go for a walk.
Right.
I don't know if you feel that way when you're, I think you multitask a little better than me.
I will say, I know we've talked on here about, I kind of have always a ticker tape going in my head of different things. And so if I'm binging a show, like say, if I'm just watching Home Alone, for a while at night, and I'm just
Not the
watching a
movie
show,
Home Alone.
not the movie Home Alone. Sorry.
Oh, okay, got you.
No, if I'm like home after work, there's, I've like made supper, I'm like doing my own thing.
Yeah.
I'll often put on a show in the background, and I'll have my Duolingo going. Then I'll do my Wordle games.
Yeah.
Might be posting some on social. So I tend to, or doing a little work while I'm, slowly just watching something I've already watched.
So I was going to ask you, like, is that something you've already watched? Because I'll do that.
Typically.
I'll do that as well. And I just saw somebody talk about how that is not something to feel guilty about, especially if it's like going to bed. Like part of that, like down regulation. It's like people will say, no blue light, do this, turn off everything. And they're like, well, for some people, putting on, like, so for you, I would think it would be something like Friends. Like you could put Friends on maybe.
Yep.
You've seen it so many times that it's just a way to kind of like a lullaby in a way.
Yeah.
For me, I have some shows that I'll put on like down here if I'm working, and I call it my fish tank. Like the TV becomes like a fish tank, and like I'll throw Lord of the Rings on.
Just
because I've
extended cut.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, then it's also there because then it's also kind of a timer. I'll look and see how far into this one am I, and I'm like, oh, there's still 2 hours left. I'm like, well, that means I've only been working for 2 hours. I'm like, well, I'll get up and I'll walk around and I'll get a snack and I'll come back and I'll, but it's like, it's off in the periphery and I'm not actually watching it. Like, I think there's a time and place for that. And then sometimes there's like, I need to do deep work and I need less kind of static in the background.
Sure.
But I find like you that some of that room noise, whether it's audio or visual, as long as it's not stopping me from doing the work, like it's almost beneficial. Like I don't know what that is exactly, but just a little
ambiance noise is nice.
Ambiance. Yeah, that's probably what I was trying to say.
I this past week I've been watching Veep again. Ted Lasso's another one I put on because I've watched it quite a bit. So that's another one I
don't think I've really gone back to Ted Lasso, but it's a good show.
So good. That's a good one to have on. I also watched, and I hope this wasn't cheating on you. We didn't say we were going to watch it together, but Free Bert with Bert
Kreischer.
Kreischer. Yeah, Bert, the guy, the comedian without a shirt.
Yeah.
Nope, I watched his show.
He's got a show
on Netflix. You'll have to watch it.
I will.
Then we'll have to compare notes.
Okay.
I finished it.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't admit that, but I did. I finished it. As multitasking, so I probably missed some things, but yeah. So it's part of new recommendations for me, and why I might have that resistance too is kind of what we're talking about. Is sometimes that time commitment. I worry that if I take on one more thing and I like one more thing, it's going to take more of my time than I want it to, and I don't realize it doesn't have to. Right? It can be. I can take small little snippets of it. I can do, maybe it's only one episode every Sunday. Remember, we used to do that before the streaming days. And even like Severance, doesn't it drop it once every week?
Think
when they come out?
Yeah.
Which is kind of annoying and also kind of great.
Yeah. So
I always have that like complex feel to it.
Yeah. I mean, going between the binge watching and like the slow burn, right?
Yeah.
Is interesting. And I think that's where this crosses over into like getting things done in our life.
Right.
It's like we just talked about, like, slow and steady, persistent, consistent, right? All these things, whether it's our health and our workout plan or getting, a project done around the house, like, when you try to, like, all of a sudden, someone's coming over to the house, you're like, we got to clean. Oh, no.
That's exactly what we do.
It's like an Olympic sport, cleaning before people get here in a half an hour, right? It's how things get done, but it's not very...
It's like curling. I've been watching lots of curling.
Exactly. It's frantic.
Sweep.
It's frantic. Not sustainable. It's like a short burst. Short burst, yeah. And then you're... who's going to shower first? Who's going to watch the door for people to show up, and who's going to go get ready?
That is always the thing, right?
But I don't know. I was trying to think of, is there something that does benefit from like really like coming in hot and heavy and like just watching it all? Like it feels really good to like, if there's like say we probably did it with Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh,
right.
It's a good show. That was another one we were late to the party.
Yeah, there were like
so good though.
9 or however many seasons, and it's like we could just watch the next one, watch the next one, and then it's like, oh, we should go to bed. It's 11 o'clock. You know, that was be like on a Friday for you, but it's still not good for you to stay up super late because it throws you off.
Up at 5, yeah.
Me, I'm like, oh, great. What am I going to watch now that you're sleeping? I got 3 hours left in me, right? But like that feels good, but does it serve us?
Right.
So I don't know, like, because like when you binge baking or canning, you get sore and tired.
Oh, sure. Or gardening.
Yeah.
Like I often will batch gardening and be like, okay, 2 days, I'm going to get everything ready. I'm going to plant all the things. I'm going to weed all the stuff.
Yeah.
And then I can barely move for 2 days. I'm like, it's what it's got to be.
Take a break.
No, it's what it's got to be.
Yeah. But I suppose I find myself doing that sometimes. But yeah, I tend to, I guess I'm on the other side of even the slow burn where I'm really slow to start, kind of thing. And then I might have to rush, but it's usually a little more hesitant.
Yeah. About a week and a half ago, you and I binged Stranger Things, the last season,
Mm.
over a series of maybe 3 days, 4, 3.
Was it? It wasn't like in a row though, was it? Wasn't there
No,
like
it
a?
was like over 2 weekends, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
But we're like, oh, we should watch this. And then we're like, we should just keep going. And oh,
yeah,
we should keep going.
yeah.
And I could see that if we approach everything, like you were saying, in our life with that mentality, how sometimes that feeling of it has to be all or nothing, and that concern that your future state is going to be so far in to it that it's going to consume your entire life, how that could prevent you from moving forward. So, one thing I'm thinking about specifically around working out, right? Like, if you were to say, okay, I want to start trying to work out, I want to try something new. Maybe I want to pick up rowing. Um, but I decide I'm going to pick up rowing and I'm going to row 1 hour every single day, in addition to weightlifting, in addition to a walk in the evenings. It starts to take on this life of its own, of so much activity, so much focus here. Your body gets sore, maybe, I would assume.
Mine
Probably
would.
would. Mine would. I know. Um,
You get burnt out.
you get burnt out. And so it's kind of like, you know how like alligators can like run short bursts?
Yeah.
It almost feels like that, right? Like you're up on your hind legs like an alligator and just running really fast, but then you just pitter out. There's part of me, especially when I'm coming up with things that I want to incorporate into my life, that finding ways to incorporate them in doable snippets and small little bites helps me more, makes me feel more like I can do it and sustain it than try and just do it for the sake of getting it done.
It's maybe not as alluring, but scheduling
Hmm.
in that intentional mindset that you, if you're actually looking to commit to something and you want it to be long lasting, you need to you need to kind of show up and be prepared. And part of that is like
Yeah.
working it into, not just when you feel like you get like a little fire lit under you and you're like, that's right, I'm going to do all the things because I want to lose weight,
Let's go.
or you know whatever it is.
Yeah.
For us, obviously, like we're thinking of our health in this season.
Yes.
um but me going out and running 4 miles today sounds like, on the surface level, that sounds like it could be really good for me. But actually, it's probably one of the worst things I could do is try to go run 4 miles. I would probably hurt myself.
Hmm.
I probably wouldn't make it back if I don't make it a loop. I'm definitely not making it back because that'll turn into 8 miles, right? So,
True.
so it takes planning, it takes scheduling, and it takes a little. I don't know if it's I don't know, humbleness or something. There's something there where, like, let's get real, like
Right.
the idea of doing all the things, and that's in my head when I'm thinking of like the end result. But
Hmm.
I kind of need to get into like, okay, so what's the process that's going to get me there, in a healthy
Right.
way. And it doesn't have to simply be physical health, right?
Right.
Like that's just the most pertinent thing to me. Whatever anybody's doing,
Hmm. Yeah. It does make me think of maybe that entry point and why I am hesitant sometimes about starting something, specifically when I see that I could go all in or it could really grow to be a lot, is I'm almost more hesitant and uh, trying to avoid the future of that thing rather than the thing itself. So even going back to starting a show that I'm not quite sure if I'm going to like, it's almost like my hesitation isn't necessarily that I'm fearful that I'm going to watch one episode and not like it or not get it. It's almost like, well, what if I don't get it and I'm committed to doing it and watching these 3 seasons and I hate it the whole time? Like I'm wasting my time. I'm
Yeah.
not enjoying it. So I think there's a piece there too where sometimes I might be avoiding the future of that too. Same thing like with your workout example, right? Like I might be fearing and avoiding what the future of that workout plan might be.
Yeah.
Do I want to be a person that this is my future every single day, where I'm running 4 miles every single day and not doing other things because of that? Maybe, maybe not.
Right. Well, and that's
Right?
and to me, that's just literally those nasty little voices in our head
True.
that are creating something that isn't true and making it feel true, and then we say no. Because
Yeah.
if you say those things to me like you just did out loud, and I would come to you and I would say, well, it's not about every single day of your life for the rest of your life being what you decide right now. It's finding what can I do today, and then the next day and the next day that I incorporate into my life that is a life that I want to live, kind of thing.
Right.
Like I'll go there, for you, and you'll go there for me.
Yeah.
It's that when we're in our own head and we're trying to make a decision where we're weighing the pros and cons of something will pop up and be like, well, if you make that decision now, you're just going to have to live with it forever, instead of like you come up and you'd be like, just grab the remote and turn that off. Like, just because you turned it on and you thought you might like it and you don't, just turn it off. Let's watch something else.
Or like a book. I know you mentioned that too. I have a kind of a unwritten rule for myself. If I make it to page 100 and I don't enjoy it, just stop.
Yeah.
It's okay. I have agreed with myself. I can just shut that book, put it away, and just call it a day. I actually have one right now, and I'm not going to say the title.
Yeah.
Because I think people might judge me.
I'm even more shrewd when it comes to, because I listen to a lot of books, and I have the opportunity to listen to a lot more books. And so if it's a couple chapters, like if it's under 30 minutes in and I'm like, I don't like the narrator, let's say, I won't. I'm like, I'll just, if I want to give it a shot, I'll try to get like the ebook version, next from the library or something. But like I've gotten more and more unwilling to waste my like energy suffering through something.
Yes, I have an audiobook right now that I simply just stop listening to. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah. Is it waiting to be returned, or did you return it?
No, it's one that I bought on Audible.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that's sunk cost.
That's literally what popped in my head is like, but that sunk cost thing. Don't be so hard on yourself about that, because it was what. Hopefully you got it on sale.
It's like $10 or $12. It wasn't, I mean.
And if not, it's only like $15.
But most of it is because of the narrator. It sounds so.
You didn't listen to a preview?
No.
Oh, no.
I wanted the book.
Oh, that's going to be the takeaway lesson for everybody is a way to avoid sunk costs is to listen to the audio preview.
Oh, man. I think some of it might be the book too.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
You tell me when we hit.
I will
hit stop.
But it's one that I thought I would really, really enjoy because it's about. So I'll tell you generally, it's about leadership, about the future, about how to prepare strategically for the future. That's all up my alley.
Yeah.
Right. And
it's basically what we're trying to talk about here.
Exactly. So I have two of them. I have one paper book that I've stopped after page 100 that I won't name. Maybe if you see me somewhere, let me, I'll share with you. Or, and then there's one Audible book that I just stopped. I couldn't do it. I listened to Henry Winkler's autobiography instead.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Calling it back to Barry a little bit.
Yeah.
It's really good. If you're thinking about things right now that you're resisting, what are those things that you find some resistance to starting and doing?
Everything? All the time?
All the time.
No.
I mean, for me, the easy ones were exercise. I'm like, I always talk about exercise is one I'm resisting.
Yeah.
Writing is one I'm resisting.
Same. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, writing has been on my like daily thing or my weekly thing. Like I want to put more time into writing, going out for a walk. One of the simplest things I could ever do. And drinking water. Like I'm not like that sounds like a joke, but I literally find myself saying, okay, did I have water today? And coffee doesn't count. Like if coffee doesn't count, I'm like, uh-oh, I haven't had any water. So I go over and I've
Yeah.
a few months ago, I'd be like, oh, well, I'll grab a LaCroix, or a bubbly water.
Sure.
And then now it's, I get like a pint glass and fill it with water, and I take 2 glasses down, and then I'm like, okay, now you can get a LaCroix.
Oh no.
But yeah, I find myself regressing a little bit with that. So it's
Sure.
like I'm making some gains, but it's still not automatic. It's not a ritual yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's kind of funny that you said writing, because that's been on my mind. I want to be putting more of my time into that, and this kind of butts up against how we started, which is watching shows.
Yeah.
The tricky thing is that when I consume a show or a book or a podcast, a lot of that is like research.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're going to be writing, consume the things that you like or the things that you want to write about is something that people will tell you to do. You know, it's also a place to hide for me is
Right.
the constant research and then am I using watching that show for a way to put off the hard part of staring at a blank page?
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, like, my go-to isn't to go to a computer. I like to write by hand. I'm not great on the keyboard.
Sure.
And I wrote so many papers in college. So sick of it. But I'm gonna have to embrace that, because writing it longhand and then transcribing it sounds like a pain. So I'll try to think of, yeah. Do you have anything else?
I mean, the main ones are exercise and writing. One other question, though, I have too was did you ever finish something that you had resisted and regretted it? And I don't know, like the only thing I could think of, I'll let you think for a little bit. The only thing I could think of is sometimes if there's a book that I've been reading, and I'm like, I'm just going to power through and finish this to say I finished it. There's some moments where I'm like, I kind of regretted the time I spent on that. I could have been doing something else that I found more, I don't know, enjoyable,
Yeah.
enriching, engaging. Other than that, there's not a whole lot that I've been reluctant to do that I've really regretted.
I find that more with music.
Mm,
If because I try to give things a chance,
yeah,
and I'm sadly starting to get to the point where I know if I'm going to like it or not.
yeah.
And it makes me a little sad that
Hmm.
that I know that, because I want to be more open, but I'm I think my discerning ear is a it's worth trusting, because I've made purchases thinking I was going to like something, and then I was like, ooh, I liked the radio edit. I do not like the album of this,
Hmm.
like, so that's more where I've experienced that feeling. But like, or maybe like having to read things like for classwork, I think it's kind of just put me off of trying to force myself to finish a book if I wasn't into it.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
um, one thing that popped, like the first question you asked,
Hmm.
I'm not even 100% sure if I'm remembering like the premise of it, but uh, for some reason, I think this is an answer to it. This spontaneity, and trying to lean
Mm,
into more of that, trying to make more time for being spontaneous.
right.
Hey, try to find a way to be spontaneous, because
Hmm.
I tend to stick to what I do, and in this
I
like loop
think
of,
we both do
yeah,
a little bit. I
uh,
like to pretend I'm more spontaneous than I am, but I am a
yeah,
planner.
and maybe that, and it was maybe more on my radar because of like our last conversation was about like how ordinary and boring we are.
It's true.
And it's true. And I'm like, but dang it, I'm spontaneous and I'm romantic. And so I like drove down and surprised you and saw you, right?
You did.
Um, which was spontaneous,
It was
you know?
spontaneous. Yeah.
Yeah. So just trying to lean into that a little bit. In that, I guess I maybe thought of that because of, I'm like, well, in health, it's like I need to go for a walk, and in work, I need to like just get her done, good enough, publish.
Yeah.
And like relationships and stuff, having a spontaneous date night or something, and stuff like that, or like surprising you. And
yeah, I like it.
Do you have the opposite of finishing and regretting it? Do you have stuff that you like, kind of like Twin Peaks, where you're like, oh, I put that off? So you haven't finished that yet, but like you've put something off and then you finally got to it and then you finish it and you're like, whoa, I can't believe I didn't start that sooner. Or, wow, that was really good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That kind of feeds into my last question.
Oh, okay.
Which was kind of, at least I think it was a nice transition.
Okay.
So the last question I wanted to do, we sometimes have taken the end of our podcast episodes and asked for recommendations. And I thought we could do recommendations of things that are really old that we put off
okay.
experiencing. And we really enjoyed them once we got around to watching them.
Okay.
Or listening to them.
Really old.
Well, it doesn't have to be really old. So I'll give you, Twin Peaks, I think, is a good example. It's from the 90s.
Yeah.
It's the first season. You didn't watch it until last year?
Yeah, because when it came out, I was young. And it just, nobody in my house watched that kind of stuff. It was, pre X-Files, like,
yeah.
And I just wasn't of the age where like I was not the target market for that, but like I was just kind of was coming into my purview, and I was like, this sounds like I would like it. And so I started watching it, and I'm like, and it was one of those things where I'm like, oh, I just started like just down in these episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's good.
All right. So what do you have?
So Twin Peaks was one of them. So I'll give you one of my other ones.
Yeah.
The Big Bang Theory is another show that I don't think we watched our first episode until it was over. Like the whole series was over. My dad had talked about it so much and asked so many times if we watch it. We're like, no, we don't really watch that.
Yeah.
And then that was a show we came to the party late, but really enjoyed.
Yeah. And I don't think we haven't finished that. Like that's one where we kind of like meander away and like we'll come back and watch one every now and then, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think we finished it, so no spoilers.
Not yet, no spoilers. Do you have any like that?
The Sopranos.
The Sopranos. We were late to that party too.
Yep. I don't know how late, but I don't think we started watching it until it was over.
Correct.
But we watched this back at a time when we had to get the discs from Netflix. So I don't know if we were that late to the party, but we were.
Breaking Bad too. That was the same.
Yeah. Right?
I think that was done.
Yeah, but we were watching that streaming.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't think of that one. There's got to be another one.
The Good Place.
Yeah,
was one.
I guess I mentioned that earlier.
You mentioned that earlier. Yep, that was on my list.
That I think we started watching though before it was done. I feel like same with Parks and Rec. I'm not. Well, maybe
Parks and Rec we did.
Parks and Rec we kind of had to watch in real
Place,
time.
I don't know if we did.
Yeah.
I was late to that party for sure.
And then like Lost.
Okay.
I don't know if that's one that I'm glad we finished or like dissatisfied with it. I wasn't like,
no spoilers, just in case somebody else hasn't watched it.
I'm just saying,
dig in.
Like I appreciate what they did, but it also, I'm like, oh, everybody made a really big deal out of this, and I'm like, so something when it comes to like shows that like have a lot of attention and so like Mad Men.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
I've never watched it.
You haven't?
Never.
Oh my goodness, you should watch it.
So it's
that we could watch it together.
Just like Lost was, just like The Sopranos. They're so popular that I'm just like, other people can have that for now. Like I'll get around to it, like, and that's a little bit of like showing that like we live in a time where I can be like, I'll watch that when it's over and like nobody cares. Like then I'll have time to myself to watch it and absorb it and see, But then it also comes with like having to avoid if you are planning on watching it, having to avoid spoilers and stuff. So anyway,
cool.
There's plenty.
Yeah. So those were quite a few good ones. Any other ones you want to add?
A newer one I I'm watching Landman, kind of dad TV. I might make you watch it. Like you probably like
we'll
it.
See. I don't know.
You kind of like. I think you'll
Here
kind of
comes
like
out the reluctant watcher
exactly,
again.
Yeah.
That might be a really good spot to end it. It comes full circle.
Exactly.
It started with reluctant watcher and it ends with reluctant watcher.
Exactly. As if we need another show to watch.
That is true. Anything else for today?
Let's get out of here.
Sounds good.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
I love you too. Oh, sorry. Good.